Hey, Hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Pretty rough weekend for me for picking hockey picks. Makes a guy wonder, that's for sure. Football was pretty good today. Some pretty big upsets there too, though. If you're a football fan, I mean, Jacksonville over Buffalo, that was a crazy game. I watched a bit of that one. And then hockey, there was some good hockey, and then there was some surprises. Detroit beating Vegas 5-2. That was a surprise. I thought Vegas would handle that game. Chicago, nice win, 2-1 over Nashville with the new coach. Anaheim, 4-1 over St. Louis. Would have been nice if St. Louis would have put one more in the net and hit the over, but 4-1 victory for the Ducks, number 4. Then the Islanders, they got handed a pretty nasty defeat by Minnesota, 5-2 for Minnesota. And then another surprise, Vancouver doubled up Dallas, 6-3. Didn't see that coming at all. Big part of it again, Thatcher Demko. I mean, he made some saves he didn't even realize he made. That's how good he was that night. It was just insane. Anyway, the best bet did not hit. I picked the Islanders. Goes to 5-10. Regular picks are still okay. 58-38. Parlays 7-17. The only bet I hit was the Ducks puck line plus 1.5. The other 3 bets, or 4 bets, I guess, did not go through. Weekend's over, new week, new games, new opportunities. Keep going. Monday, November 8th, 2021, there are 3 games on the board. One game, which you would think is lopsided, seems to be kind of split according to Vegas, and then a couple lopsided games. So I think some games going on. Obviously, there always is, but first game we're going to talk about is Florida against the Rangers. The Rangers are 6-2-2, current 1-game losing streak. Shesterkin listed to be in net for New York against Florida, who has Spencer Knight listed again. Bobrovsky could be a game-time decision, but right now they got Spencer Knight listed. They're 9-0-1, current 2-game winning streak. The Rangers, they're coming off a loss 6-0 to Calgary on Saturday to end a road trip where they were 1-2-1. They were outshot 37-22 by the Flames. They were 0-3 on the power play. Shesterkin with a .838 save percentage on the night, by far not his best, and they're going to be looking to put that one in the rear view. Still sitting in second, sole possession of second in the Metropolitan Division, but they're playing a first place Florida Panthers team in the Atlantic Division, handing Carolina their first loss 5-2. The Panthers are the only team in the league right now who have not had a regulation loss. They were for 3 for 5 on their power play, and Spencer Knight, he stood tall, stopping 30 of 32 shots against Carolina. Duclair, he's leading the club right now with 8 points in his last 5 games, and they're sitting second in goals for, third in goals against. And this is where the lines are kind of odd. Money line, 1.86 for Florida, 1.95 for New York, over-under set at 5.5. On top of that, I think this Florida Panthers team could have a couple pieces back. Sam Bennett, I think, could be back in the lineup. If not, he's getting really close. Same with Alexander Barkov. Both those guys could be back. Plus, I think a couple other pieces. At 1.86, I like Florida a lot here. I think the line should be set a little different, but I'll take Florida, visiting team, all day long at 1.86. Thank you very much, Vegas. Next game, we're going to talk about Buffalo and Washington. This is one of the ones that they've got kind of lopsided. Washington, 4-2-4, current 1-game losing streak. Samsonov listed to be in net for the Capitals against Buffalo, who have Dustin Tokarski listed to be in net. They're 4-4-2 with an overtime decision. Capitals sitting in the middle of the Metropolitan Division, the only division where every team is over 500. Saturday, Philadelphia came into Washington, defeated them 2-1. Before that, a 5-4 overtime loss to Florida and a 3-2 loss to Tampa. Before that, 3 losses in a row. Ovechkin, he's still hunting and he's still playing hard. He's 1 behind Hull for 4th in history. They were 0-3 in the power play. It seems like if you're not getting goals on your power plays in the league right now, you're not winning the games. The Sabres, they're off a 4-3 loss, overtime loss to Detroit on Saturday. They had a 3-1 lead in the third period, but they couldn't hold Detroit back, and they rallied in extra time and lost in overtime. They were 1 for 2 on their power play. Good effort by Buffalo. It was a pretty balanced game. Detroit just got the best of it. Craig Anderson could be available for this game. I think he's going to be a game time decision. They do have Tokarski listed right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Craig Anderson was in net. Last year, that shortened season, Washington went 6-1-1 against Buffalo. But just like when we talk about some of these other teams, like yesterday, when you talk about Anaheim's a different team than they were last year. And Buffalo, although some people in the media right now are saying they're trending back to the old Buffalo they were, and now that the Eichel deal is done, that's where they're going to be. I don't know. I think this Buffalo team still has some potential, playing some decent hockey. Odds, though, money line 3.1 for Buffalo. Washington favored heavy at 1.4. Over/under set at 5.5. I could see Washington winning this game, but I could see Buffalo staying in the game. They play pretty tight hockey games. Could be might be a play to play Buffalo at the puck line plus 1.5. I might do that in the parlay, actually. But my official pick will be Washington. I'll go with the heavy favorite. Next game, we've got the LA Kings against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto 6-3-1 with an impressive 5-game winning streak. Jack Campbell listed to be in net against the LA Kings. Also impressive 4-game winning streak. They're 4-5-1. Cal Peterson listed to be in net. Toronto 5-game winning streak. Last played Saturday when they faced Boston and handed a 5-2 loss to Boston. Surprised me. Didn't think it'd be that of a high-scoring affair. They're sitting second in the Atlantic behind Florida. Matthews, Tavares, both with a couple of goals in that Boston game. Marner, 3 assists and a goal. 2 for 4 on the power play, and they held Boston 1 for 4 on their power play. Campbell, he did his part, obviously stopping 42 of 44 in that game. And the Leafs, they're going to be looking to end their home stretch out perfect because they've won every game. They've been at home. This is the 4th one now at home. But LA will have their own agenda. Friday, they won their 4th straight over New Jersey, 3-2 in overtime. Iafallo, he's playing well for the Kings with points in 4 consecutive games now. The game before New Jersey was a 3-2 shootout win over the Blues. LA is fighting in every game. They're playing full 60-minute hockey, which is nice to see. But, you know, if you've been watching the Leafs' last few games, they're at home, and the chemistry between those guys, Marner, Tavares, and Matthews, especially if they're starting to get the back of the net, I just think it's going to be too much, especially when you back it up with some solid goaltending. I just can't see LA coming in and fighting their way out of another one and getting a win over this Toronto team. I think Toronto, just like that last game we talked about, heavy favorite when it comes to Vegas. It's at 1.4. LA sits at 3.1, but I don't see value even at 3.1 because I think Toronto will win this game easily. Puck line, minus 1.5, only pays 1.95. 3 games on the board. I'm only going to do 3 little wagers. I'm going to do my best bet being Toronto just to win on the money line. And then I'm going to parlay Buffalo plus 1.5, which pays 1.86. And Florida on the money line at 1.86 as well. If those 3 bets hit, it'll be a great way to start the week on Monday. Picks Toronto over the LA Kings. I'm going to take Washington over Buffalo and Florida over the Rangers and see how we can start this week off. I will be back Thursday to do another video for Friday games. I hope everyone has a great start to the week and that you had a little better luck on your picks than I did on the weekend. Let's try to make next weekend a strong one. Take care, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.